Dear students, knowledge seekers and learners, welcome to lecture 5 of week 3 wherein we are going to talk about secondary market in detail. We will start our discussion by exploring the meaning of secondary market followed by nature and characteristics of secondary market. After that, we'll try to understand the functions of secondary market, followed by exploring the structure of secondary market. After that, we'll try to understand the nature of stock exchanges in India, followed by trading mechanism. Subsequently, we'll try to learn about the clearing and settlement process, and then in penultimate discussion, we'll focus on market participants and indices. And in the end, we'll try to discuss a case example related to the secondary market trading in India. Let us begin the journey. What is the meaning of secondary market? Secondary market is where existing securities, that is, the shares or debentures that are already being issued in the primary market, are bought or sold. Thus, it is an extension of primary market. Secondary market does not create any new securities, rather it deals with the existing pool of securities that are available in the market. Also, the ownership of securities is transferred among the investors, but the same security prevails. Secondary market provides liquidity to previously issued securities. How do we achieve liquidity? Suppose Mr. A has purchased 100 shares in the IPO of Zomato. Thus, it means because it is a fresh issue, it was from the primary market. However, now, because now maybe Mr. A needs to sell these securities so that he may get some cash which is required for liquidity process. Thus, Mr. A has option to sell these shares in the secondary market at an offered price. This is the role of secondary market, and thus after selling these 100 shares in the secondary market, Mr. A will be able to get cash that will give Mr. A liquidity. Let us now try to learn about the core purpose of secondary market. Secondary market enables investors to buy securities that are already there and to sell securities with an objective of achieving liquidity. Also, the investors can avail profit due to differences in the value of securities. Secondary market also provide an exit mechanism for investors. In addition to this, secondary market ensures that investments are convertible into cash whenever the security holders want to do so. Let us now try to understand the key features of secondary market. The first important key feature of secondary market is that it deals in existing security. We have been repeating this concept that existing securities are the core of secondary market because here they are resold. The second key feature of secondary market that it deals in continuous trading. That is, the trading of the securities continues. Everybody is buying, selling, prices are changing, every day they are falling or rising depending on how an economy is performing, etc. The third feature of secondary market is that prices fluctuate based on demand and supply. This fluctuation of prices between demand and supply is very important and interesting. Thus, the whole market mechanism works for these kind of securities. The fourth key feature of secondary market is that secondary market is organized, that it has formal rules and regulations, and it is regulated by Securities Exchange Board of India. The fifth and the final feature of secondary market is that it has high level of transparency, accountability and responsibility, as all the necessary information for all the stakeholders is revealed and available to analyze the value and movement of the prices of existing shares. Thus, secondary market always reflects the real-time valuation of the securities. Let us now try to discuss the functions of secondary market. The first function of secondary market is to provide liquidity. As we have discussed earlier, and we can reiterate the point that Mr. A, if he holds 100 shares and he wants to get cash flow, he can sell in the secondary market. The second function of secondary market is to facilitate price discovery. Price discovery is exploring the available prices of existing securities, and that function is also performed by secondary market. The third function of secondary market is to enable the transfer of ownership. Transfer of ownership is very important, because if ownership is not transferred, how can the shares become liquid? So liquidity demands the transfer of ownership. Secondary market provides that opportunity for transfer of ownership. The fourth and final function of secondary market is that it encourages investment in the primary market. Once investment in primary market is promoted, it is quite important to note that more and more investment comes in the secondary market as well. Thus, secondary market strengthens the overall financial system. Let us now try to discuss the structure of secondary market. The secondary market has two main segments. First, stock exchanges, which are organized, and then over-the-counter market, which is popularly known as OTC market. In the secondary market, the organized exchanges, they dominate in Indian financial system. We will discuss both of these in detail in the future slides. Let us start with stock exchanges. Stock exchanges are the formal platforms for trading securities. They provide transparency, which means disclosure of all necessary information for the stakeholders. Second, stock exchanges also provide regulation, that is, they regulate through Securities Exchange Board of India. Third, they provide standardized trading, which has some standard norms, criteria, which makes it easy for the people to understand. Thus, stock exchanges are central institutions in the secondary market, and they contribute positively towards the economic growth and development of the economy. Let us now try to explore the major stock exchanges in India. The first major stock exchange is Bombay Stock Exchange, which is in short known as BSE. The second is National Stock Exchange, which is NSE. Both of them now are fully electronic and they operate nationwide. These two stock exchanges are the backbone of Indian capital market trading. Let us now try to understand and explore the trading mechanism. Trading refers to buying and selling of shares in the stock market. It also means buying and selling in primary or secondary market, but largely the focus is on secondary market because trading happens in secondary market. All the trading of the securities takes place through electronic platform because we are living in a digitalized economy. Thus, the orders which are being placed for buying of the securities and which are offered through selling are matched automatically. These trading mechanisms are based on price and time priority. Both the factors are together considered for facilitating and finalizing of a transaction that relates to buying and selling of securities. Trading mechanism in Indian financial system is thus efficient and a transparent system which contributes positively towards the development and growth of financial markets. Whenever we trade in the stock exchanges, we have to place order, which is the offer for buying it. There are different types of order that can be placed in a stock exchange or a stock market. One is market order, which is executed immediately, which means if we want to buy a security at current market price which is being offered, we can offer to buy it immediately. Thus, whatever price at that point of time will prevail, we will have to pay that price. The second is limit order, where we specify a price, and when the share or security is being available at that price, the order is then executed. Suppose we have put a price of 11 rupees 50 paise per share, 30 paise per share. Currently it is 12 rupees. Once the price come to 11.30, automatically our order will be executed because we have specified the price. If price does not reach to this level, then the order will not be executed. On the other hand, market order means I want to buy X shares, I have said yes, and whatever price we will, be it 11.30, be it 12, be 11.50, the order will be executed immediately. The different order types and understanding of the different orders help investors to control trade execution. Depending on their need, on their scenario, they can decide which type of order to pursue, and they can have some control on execution as well. We all are aware that brokers are financial intermediaries that work in the stock exchange, both in primary and secondary market. Thus, it is important to explore the role of brokers. Brokers act as intermediaries between investors and exchanges. Their role in terms of investors and exchanges also provide trading access as well as advisory services. As buying and selling of securities needs skills analytical as well as theoretical, that's why brokers having both the types of skills can provide advisory services to common people as well as to people who lack financial literacy. Brokers are thus very important players and they are essential for market participation in Indian financial system. Dear students, knowledge seekers and learners, let us now talk about clearing and settlement mechanism. The clearing mechanism in stock exchange refers to confirmation of trade details. Once the trade details, that is price, number of shares, is being confirmed, we call it clearing. Another important word is settlement, which refers to actual transfer of securities and funds. There may be some time lag between clearing and settlement. Both clearing and settlement ensures completion of transactions in the Indian financial system. Let us now try to understand the settlement cycle which prevails in India Currently, the settlement cycle in the stock exchange is T plus 1, which means the trade day plus one extra day for settlement. So, if we are doing something, we are executing an order today, it will take one more day and on the third day it will be settled. So, total trade day plus 1 day for settlement. Earlier it was T plus 3, but with the help of digitalization and growth, it had come down to T plus 1, which is really quick and interesting and motivates people to participate into the stock market. Thus, faster settlement has improved the efficiency of the financial market and the Indian financial system. There is another type of participants known as depositories in the stock exchanges, and these hold securities in electronic form. Historically, if we see, a share was a negotiable instrument and everybody used to hold that physical share, which was in a paper form, to prove their ownership. Gradually, this became a big problem because nobody can have large number of papers, wear and tear is there. So these were converted into electronic form, which we can hold in wallets or any account. It can also be in the different books of accounts. So depositories were created whose role is as a participant of stock exchange is to maintain the accounts and records of these shares in electronic form. So today I may not be holding the specific shares in a copy in physical form under the negotiable instrument, but I have an electronic copy in my account. So the examples of depositories are NSDL, National Securities Depository Limited, as well as CDSL, that is Central Depository Services Limited. Thus, with the help of these two depositories, there has been complete elimination of physical certificates and thus has made things easier and more potential has been given for the investors. There is another concept which is very important to be learned, that is dematerialization. Dematerialization is the process of converting physical shares into electronic form. Thus, in order to keep NSDL depositories, the physical certificate needs to be converted into e-certificates. But this process is known as dematerialization, that from a physical material we are dematerializing them, that is, they are becoming virtual. The benefits of dematerialization includes the safety, because now there is no problem of losing them because they will be in the wallets or the accounts in digital format. Convenience, there is no problem of carrying them because they can be into a login system, and also faster transaction, no need to post the physical certificates from one place to another. So all these three benefits are positive benefits for investors and the participants of the financial system. Thus, dematerialization has proved to be essential for modern trading. A question arises that what are the different market participants? The market participants include retail investors, those who are investing as individuals through different investment houses. The second is institutional investors such as companies, firms, etc. Brokers who are acting as providing financial advisory or intermediaries, and foreign investors who are not nationals of our country, who are participating from rest of the world. These market participants have their own specific needs and requirements, and they also bring a specific skill set to the market. Thus, the diverse participation increases the market depth in Indian financial system. Let us now talk about the market indices. There are different indicators of the market performance which are known as market indices. Example, Sensex, which is the index. The full form of Sensex is sensitive index. So Bombay Stock Exchange indexes Sensex and the National Stock Exchanges Nifty. Nifty is known as Nifty 50 because it represents the valuation of top 50 companies. Thus, these two indices reflect overall market trends of the economy for limited number of companies that are participating. So, Nifty 50 is for 50 companies. Let us now try to appreciate the role of secondary market in economy. The first important role is that it enhances liquidity. Liquidity enhancement refers to that if I am holding some shares which I have purchased that were issued for the first time and I need cash flow, I can sell them in the secondary market to get the cash flow. The second important role is that it improves capital allocation. The third role of secondary market is supporting investor confidence. Investors get liquidity options, they get different options through which prices, on varying prices, the shares can be purchased, securities can be purchased or sold. They also have different type of offers to make. They can go for a fixed offer or a variable offer. Thus, the secondary market has emerged essential for functioning of capital market in Indian financial system. Dear students, knowledge seekers and learners, let us now try to explore the risk in secondary market. The first important risk in secondary market includes the price volatility. That is, the prices of the securities vary very quickly in the intraday or everyday time. So it depends on movement of prices. The second, market manipulation, which is unethical, but still it is being present in the market, though SEBI has very strict regulation for them. The third is information asymmetry, which is the different information with different people, and that creates a different type of margin for the people. Thus, these give more risk in the economy and thus requires regulation as well as investor awareness. Let us now try to take a case example of secondary market trading in India. We have assumed a scenario that the scenario is we are trying to trade shares on National Stock Exchange. As an example, an investor buys shares of a listed company through an online trading platform. There are several online trading platforms available right now, such as Upstox, Grow, etc. So, after a listed company, an investor buys shares of a listed company through an online platform, then the order is placed via a broker and matched electronically on the exchange. Matching electronic means whatever offer is being made, whether that is accepted by the seller or not. Then the price changes continuously, which are based on market demand and supply. Also, different news and investor expectations also impact the prices of the securities, that is in this case shares. Once the trade is executed, shares are credited to the investor's demat account. Now, demat account is a specific type of account which you can open with any bank or financial intermediaries, and this is used only for buying and selling of securities. Once the trade is executed, shares are credited, then payment is settled under T plus V cycle. So, because here the investor has bought the share, his account will be debited with the amount which has to be paid. This whole case scenario demonstrates the real-time functioning of trading, price discovery as well as the settlement mechanism. So what we have learned through the case which we have discussed, the first case insight which we have learned is that secondary market provides liquidity and exit option to investors. Similarly, second market reflects prices that are representative of the collective market expectations. Also, electronic trading ensures speedy and transparency and efficiency in operations. Thus, the case highlights how the secondary market operates as a continuous and dynamic system within the Indian financial system. What are the recent developments in India with respect to secondary market? We have online trading platforms such as Upstock, Grow, etc. We have increased retail participation because now these platforms are available and everybody has a mobile, and through mobile we can invest as less as 100 rupees. Therefore, everybody has got an opportunity to participate in the markets, and therefore in retail participation has gone up. The third recent development is algorithmic trading, which is basically trading through the use of AI based applications. So the decision is being outsourced to artificial intelligence bots. All these recent developments reflect modernization of markets with respect to Indian financial system. Dear students, knowledge seekers and learners, let us now try to summarize what all we have discussed in today's lecture. We have discussed that secondary market enables trading of existing securities. We have also learned that secondary market provides liquidity and price discovery. We have also appreciated the point that secondary market operates through stock exchanges and electronic system. And finally, we conclude that secondary market is supported by brokers, depositories and regulators. Thank you very much for being with me in this session.